I know I said in my last video I wouldn't be doing another Metal Gear Rising video, but I thought up this challenge and I thought it would be a fun idea for a video, so I decided to record my playthrough of it. The challenge in question is, can you beat Metal Gear Rising without using the ninja run? This might be an obvious no from the start if you know a lot of sections about this game, but I made up some special rules that specifically should allow for the challenge to be at least plausible in the minds of some people, but okay, so the rules as follows. The first rule is that a ninja run is defined as when holding RT and moving, which I'm using a Xbox controller, so I just said RT. I don't actually know the thing on keyboard because I've never used keyboard. But yeah, it's basically just, it's defined as when you hold RT and move and the lightning comes up on your feet and you move fast or whatever. That's a ninja run. Anything that has like the ninja run effect but isn't caused by holding RT and moving, those do not count. That is not counted as a ninja run. That's just, I don't know, running with lightning in your feet. I don't know, it's not the buttons. It's just basically you don't actually like press it, so I do not count those as ninja run. An example is when you run up the World Marshal building in file 04. That would be an example of a ninja run that's not actually a ninja run because you can't control it, it just happens. And that's really the basic thing, but for this specific, that's the basic rule, but the other rules I added is that I'm only going to allow myself to use the high frequency blade during this run. I'm not going to use any side weapons or any other swords because I have them all. And well, obviously the last final boss, for final boss I'm going to have to use the Murasama, but it's fine, it doesn't matter. And for the save file I'll just be using my normal one, which I have the one that I normally use just whenever I play the game. I only have one save file and it's just as the max. Well, it doesn't have max health and max fuel cells. It just has some of them unlocked, but it also has the maxed high frequency blade, which I don't think it's going to be a problem, unless I'm playing on normal difficulty mode. And also the requirement for if I accidentally ninja run, I'll just restart from the last checkpoint because I don't want to redo an entire run because that'd just be really annoying. And with all the rules out of the way, I think it's time to start our guard job. Hopefully nothing bad will happen, right guys? Right? File 00 has a simple start showing how combat will be affected in this run, with having to just slowly walk towards enemies, not being able to deflect their bullets, which I think could become a bigger problem later, but for now it's fine, I just jump away from it. But overall, it's not really that hard. Metal Gear Ray was something that I thought would have been originally a problem. That was like the first thing I thought of when I thought of this challenge, but actually he wasn't even that bad. It was just damaging his armor slowly, walk over to him, block him, and get the blade mode attacks on all his armor. I even got his tail, which that was pretty cool. You don't get that all the time. And yeah, I mean, he was pretty manageable, and after cutting off his arm, he never shows up again. I bet on it. The first real challenge of this run comes up with the chasing section of Sundowner. This section is designed to be a ninja run section where you have to use ninja run to get around, which at first it's pretty easy, you can just walk slower, but immediately you run into a wall. As in literally a big wall you have to slide under, you can't get under it. I tried in vain to get low enough by trying to do the aerial move because I saw you kind of like get low, but nothing worked, it wouldn't let me get that low. So this is the part where we have to add in the fifth rule. Yay! Because sadly you cannot beat Metal Gear Rising with that ninja run. But the fifth rule of this run will be there are two different types of ninja runs. The first is manual, in which this scenario falls under, in which you have to press it to get under, but it doesn't tell you it. The other is what I call a prompted ninja run. This type of ninja run is one where the big like thing shows up that tells you to press the buttons to ninja run. I count these two as different because the second one I count as unavoidable, as in there's literally nothing you can do to skip this section, but the other one, I feel like there is something that might be done, but it's just right now, I don't think there is, so I'm just going to count them as two different things, just in case, and I mean, they're basically going to mean the same thing in the end, but still, I just wanted to split them up. But yes, this one ninja run does hurt having to do, but we have to continue, and as I fail the parkour section, we learn why I'm not really a betting man. The second phase of Metal Gear Ray is pretty simple, with less walking required, but we run into our first prompted ninja run, which is unavoidable. After cutting his other arm off and being confident again, god damn it, after running down the tower in a section that isn't ninja running due to Rule 1, we finally really kill Metal Gear Ray this time, and we finally board the train. This section has nothing in it. That's it. We walk forward, get beat up by Sam. Oops, I accidentally did a slide here. Lose an arm, and the chapter's over. Yay! The level starts with a simple walk towards the first fight. Also, just in case you're wondering, I picked Grey Fox. I haven't used him in a while, and that's really the only reason. And yeah, and the fight you fight first is easily won. After jumping up some boxes, we see how stealth is basically the same without Ninja Run. It's just a little bit harder because you can't really run around them as well. But, you know, it's still fine. After moving quieter than a shadow and leaving no trace, a couple of lame battles later, and we finally counter the first/second real boss of the game, Wolf. Wolf is a pretty easy boss with simple moves and spends a lot of his time just being staggered. Nothing to note except I did get damageless on him, which that was kind of nice, I guess. Something noteworthy happens after him, which is the most dangerous boss, the bridge. This bridge is a Ninja Run section, which is different from the one in the prologue because it's actually timed, because the bridge crumbles and you have to try running, jumping, combining both, and also using the one dive move, but in the end I could never be fast enough, so I ended up caving and we had to add another manual run. To make it even worse though, after you would have to pick yourself back up with your sword or whatever, you have to do it again because it takes you out of it, so that actually counts 2. So there's 2 manual Ninja Runs just in this one section, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, thanks bridge. The helicopter fight could have also been a problem, but if you know anything about this game, if you've seen anyone play it, you know literally all you have to do for that helicopter is literally just shoot homing missiles on it, and it's pretty easy. Also try not to accidentally Ninja Run at it like I did once. And yeah, in the end, easy boss. Walking forward through some easy fights, cutting a door open, and accidentally Ninja Running again, I swear I don't do this that often, we continue forward. I managed to stealth past this section and skip the reinforcements, which was cool, and we made it into the factory. The lasers were the only problem I could think of, but they're easy enough to jump above or just avoid in general. I was a little worried about that. You get a little shredded with bullets, but we make it up to Mistral, the third/first boss again in the game. They really need to decide who's first, because Mistral's like the first in the boss order, but there's also Ray and Wolf, so you know, no one really knows. Mistral just isn't hard, just because, I mean, she's never been in. It's just, Ninja Run doesn't help it. Like, I destroyed her first phase, went into the second, same thing happened, and third was the same. She gets sliced up, and that's it. All that happened was 2 manual Ninja Runs, which is kind of annoying, but what can you do? Time for everyone's favorite level. Nah, I'm lying, O2 sucks, and I hate it, and I feel like a lot of people do too. Starts, and we fight a monkey, and we run through some sewers. It's fun. I ended up stealth killing all of the gorillas, monkeys, whatever you want to call them in this level because, I don't know, I just felt like it. I didn't really want to spend time to fight them. And yeah, we fight the monkeys, and we run through some sewers, and we find small Mexican child. We killed the 3 raptors, which, I mean, it's like kind of hard sometimes, but I mean, they're kind of easy. And we just keep moving through sewers, and yeah, it's boring. You just move through sewers. This level's not fun. I hate it. It's not fun. We kill more monkeys for cut down the very well hidden door, which you have to spend hours looking for, and to the factory section, which, yeah, and the dwarf gecko section is as quick as it normally is, but just because of how this challenge run kind of is, I decided I would do it without running, which, I mean, it didn't change anything really, just made it a bit slower, but I mean, you know, just because no Ninja Run, no Gecko Run, sure. I got so bored during this level, I just started dismembering this one guy, which I feel like we've all done at one point during this game. You sit there, like, dismember the guy, try and get him. But yeah, that was kind of fun. And the boss of this level, it's not really a boss, it's just a grad, is not that special. All we do is push him back, and then the only thing really I have to say is that it's just annoying with the bullets, because you can't block the bullets that Ninja Run. And also the rockets you shoot you, so you just have to run around. Good enough, it's not that hard. Yeah, and with him chopped down, we reach the end of the level, cut a child's arm off. That's it. Notice how much shorter this audio recording in section of this video is. Also, no Ninja Running, by the way. I'd kind of forgotten that, but yeah, there was no Ninja Running in this level. Yay! File 3 starts with you just beating up local police and recovering from how much O2 sucked. Okay, I'll stop talking about it. I'll stop talking about trying to hit O2. We're on O2 now. Anyway. We beat up more cops, we follow Wolf only for me to immediately break the promise I just made and have to fight 2 of the guy from O2, of course, because it's 2 guys, that's the joke. No, it's not, it sucks. Grad's boring, you just fight him, it's not that hard, it's blah. You're fine. You just make it into the building then, and you fight against you do another easy fight where it's just a little dwarf geckos with guns, it's simple. We get, it was also with the hallway where the guys spam rockets, that one's always pretty annoying for me, but this run actually managed to kill them before they like started doing that, where you just get blown up with rockets really hard. I managed to avoid that, which I was kind of happy with, and that's really it with that section, that's all I had to say. I do a cool pose in the elevator because I was bored, make my way onto the rooftops, and I slightly worried about not being able to make the jumps, but it didn't end up being an issue because you can. Until I flew off the side of the building and had to restart, but it wasn't that bad, honestly. I just accidentally kicked this guy like a lot without really meaning to because I was trying to aim for someone else, and I made the jump the second time. I did end up making the jump, and yeah, I ended up fighting the big hammer guy, whatever his name is, and yeah, he wasn't that bad. Skipping the helicopter section by stealth killing the guy, which I mean, it wouldn't have, even if I had fought the helicopter, I would have just done the exact same thing I did last time. And you make forward, fight a couple more guys, and you get to everyone's favorite section, the one where you go back underground. Why is everything in this game underground so fun? I don't know. Way. But yes, we make it into the dark section, which is literally just like me walking around with AR vision. I stealth killed a bunch of the gorillas except for the last one because all the geckos spot you and then you just have to kill them. That's it. That's literally, it's not hard. It's not hard. You just beat them up. Then we finally get out to the light of day where we cut down a bridge, we beat up the grad, I skipped past that one fight, the guys, I skipped past them. And then I'd kill the guys that have the Fenrir, which is just Wolf, but they gave him a new name anyway. And then after that, we get to the part where Sam basically just yells at us, says, hey, you kill people, that's a bad thing to do. Very brave of him, I know, but he like gives you the ability to like read their thoughts. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what he does to you. It's been a while since I've watched that cutscene. He did something, and you hear their thoughts, and they're like, oh, I'm not actually just a soulless cyborg, I actually have a family, and I'm very upset that I'm forced to fight scary ninja guys my life. Then Raiden's like, wait a minute, these people I've been brutally slaughtering this entire game are real people that aren't just robots? Then he gets really super sad, and there's this really annoying section where you just have to walk past you just have to walk around really slowly. It's really easy. There's this pretty simple path you can take. It's boring, you have to sit through. You have to sit, once you get there, you'd fight, well, you talk to Sam, and Sam is just like, I hate you, blah. And then you meet Monsoon just talks to you about, he sits there, you have to lay on like the floor, look at your sword. Monsoon just talks about like memes, which, funny memes, haha. Yeah, then after this we get stabbed, go edgy mode, and fight Monsoon. The fight's simple, just bring EMP grenades, you'll be fine, that's all you have to do. And during my first time I spent too many because it's kind of weird how you have to kind of hit his head, and I messed it up, so I just reset the fight again, but that was really it. That's the only problem I had. I also like to point out that there was this little dance we ended up doing twice where it's just he kept on running around me, I couldn't hit him, that was kind of annoying, but yeah. And yeah, the fight's pretty simple. Until the final part, the part I forgot about, in which he throws like basically the Washington Monument at you. It's that part where it's a smaller Washington Monument. He throws it at you, and you can't, well, you have to do a prompted ninja run. So I'm gonna be completely honest, I forgot about that part. When I saw it, I was like, I groaned, I was like, kind of upset, but yeah, if it was not for that, the whole level would have been without a ninja run. But you know, it's fine, it doesn't really matter. But I mean, yeah, after that you kill Monsoon, and that's the end of the stage. Time to go into a building, have fun, I guess. As I walk my way inside the World Marshal building, nothing happens really, that's just it. I just kind of walk in, we have to sit through some unskippable dialogue scenes, which I don't even know why they're unskippable. You just have to sit there, kill some people, kill some wolves, wait for an elevator, and make your way into the office building. In the office building, you can do stealth, but stealth is boring, so I ran in and I beat them all up because it's really easy. And I just ran around and found the panels, it's easy. And then we head into what I assumed would be the scary section of this game, but in the end, It wasn't actually, because it's the part where you have to run through like the damage office building, everyone's shooting at you, a bunch of stuff's falling over. It's basically pure chaos. But I originally thought this was gonna be like a very bad section for the run, because it's you use ninja run basically the entire time. But as it turns out, you don't need to, because it's like the damage, it kind of hurts, but it's nothing like lethal. You won't just be constantly dying. The sections, I thought there were gonna be a lot more sliding sections, like from the first level when you had to slide under that one door, our first manual. I thought that would happen again, but it turns out all of them are just big enough for you to walk around. It's fine, you'll just be fine. And yeah, and I thought I was gonna have to add like 3 more manual runs, but as it turns out I ended up adding none, and I beat up the grad. But in actuality, there is one prompted, which actually I was debating whether or not to count it as a prompted. As far as you have to jump on the sliders, which I mean, I count it as prompted because like the prompt shows up, and even though you don't really run, I just still count it because it's the same buttons and you still have to jump. So I mean, it's better to just count it. It's not really worth trying to go into semantics about it being like, oh, it's not actually, it's just you're jumping, you're not running. This isn't a ninja jump challenge, which like, yeah, no, that's stupid. That's stupid. So yeah, I just decided, you know what, it counts. It meets rule 1. But anyway, we make our way up the section and we end up in the garden, which the garden, pretty simple. Just fight a bunch of enemies. We just fight a bunch of enemies. We'd go through that one part where it's like the town. That part's pretty simple. I ended up getting kind of screwed with where I had the gorillas, but it ended up being fine. Just trying to do like a sneak you can do where you can like trap them, but you know, it's fine. They got over. And when we make our way over to the platform, this platform, it's the elevator. When you make your way up to the elevator, you just gotta kill all the guys, you gotta sit there, wait until they blow it up. Then I actually managed to get the special little thing you can do where you destroy the tripods. Like the second they spawn, you can just immediately jump over. So I did that section in like 12 seconds. It was pretty good, because that second can be kind of annoying, but yeah, I mean, it was fine. And then we make our way up to, well, after we have to destroy the hammer guy, the sliders, and the monkeys, which I mean, it's easy. It's not, I mean, that part actually really messed me up in my first playthrough. I ended up losing because it was the 2 gorillas kept on beating me up really bad, but I made it out fine. And we make our way up to Body Double Monsoon and Mistral, which I mean, they're really easy. Like if you've fought them before, they're pretty easy. They're just lesser versions of the first bosses, which, yeah, I've already talked about them. Basically the same thing applies. They're easy, except for the fact that I will say Body Double Monsoon, my first playthrough, I didn't know like really how to block at all. Body Double Monsoon destroyed me. I could not handle him. He just absolutely decimated me no matter how hard I tried, and then eventually I had to like learn how to block from that one fight, which, so after you learn how to block and you can destroy Body Double Monsoon. But anyway, we just have to make our way up to Sundowner, who just talks about how much he loves VR and children. And and then he talks and you follow him up to the roof, which was a slight scare. There's a slight scare for me because I thought for a second that I wouldn't be able to get up this one section because it wasn't letting me jump up. And then when I tried my one thing where I had to do like the dive move, I don't even know what it's called, it didn't work once, but I did get it to work, so crisis avoided. But anyway, we meet Sundowner, and I will just say Sundowner has always been a kind of a disappointing boss fight for me, just because he's always just way too easy, and the shield gimmick was just like, it wasn't that good. It's always been pretty easy, which I always find upsetting. But I mean, yeah, that's really it. We just have to break his shield and kill him. Then it's the easiest section of the game where you're on the glider and you have to fly up. I managed to get hit in it, which literally all you have to do in that section is just shoot and stay in one place, which that was kind of annoying, but you know what, it's fine. We fly up, we blow up his helicopter, kill him, the end, something about the president, yada yada. We're almost done with the game. Level 05 is probably the shortest level in the game. Literally nothing happens. I don't even know what to say here. Like, I mean, I look at the video file for my recording and it's 7 minutes long. Everything else is at least breaks like 10 minutes. This one's literally just 7 minutes long. Nothing even happens. Like, you don't have to ninja run at all. What am I even supposed to say? I mean, the only thing I can note of that happened was that I fought some annoying, well actually, if I had to say anything to drag this out, I had to fight some annoying enemies. Like the parts with all the geckos were kind of just annoying. That's where like that's where like probably like 20% of the footage is just fighting those guys because it's annoying, and that's it. But I mean, yeah, that's all I really have to say. I managed to skip the grad fight, which I didn't know you could do, but I did just by slipping past him, which I didn't expect to be able to do, but I did, so that's cool, I guess. But yeah, this is probably the most forgettable run in the game, and there's no ninja runs. I'm talking right now literally just to get past the 1 minute mark, which I just hit past the 1 minute mark. The section is literally a minute long. There's nothing else to say about it, but I mean, just time to fight Sam, yay! The shortest level in the game is dedicated solely to your fight with Sam. Obviously, there's no ninja running required because you don't have to do it in the fight, but I decided I would make things a little bit more interesting. So I did end up breaking one of my rules. I switched out my high frequency blade for the wooden sword, and then I proceeded to spend 15 minutes fighting Sam with the wooden sword because I just wanted to, because I didn't want to beat him so easily, because I knew it wouldn't have been that much of a fight if I just fought him with the high frequency blade. So I fought him with the wooden blade, and it was hard. I just have like a 15-minute video of just me fighting Sam with the wooden sword. I did like barely % every time. He barely gave me attacks. It was also very stressful. I went through all my paste, my nano paste. It was kind of annoying, but I did it. I did it with like 30% health left. It was something like that. But yeah, I did end up doing it, and that's all I really have to say for this level, because it's just your fight with Sam. You don't need the wooden sword, but not the wooden sword, but you don't need the ninja run. So yeah. File 07, the final level in the game, is just really simple, I'll be honest. There's not much to it. It's just a bunch of fights which you can skip, but I was lazy and impatient, so I said, you know what, I'll fight him. It wasn't that hard. I just destroyed him. That's really it. Nothing even really happened. There's no ninja running in the section, and then I ran up and fought the final boss, which actually first you have to fight Excelsius, but Excelsius, literally nothing happened. I was a little bit worried that you'd have to ninja run up his leg, because I thought you'd have to, but no, you can literally just walk up there and that's it. It's nothing, and it's just, that's really Metal Gear Celsius down. You don't have to worry about him. You can just walk past his taxi. I just blocked him, actually. I didn't like run away. I just blocked him, and I did fine. I didn't get close to dying ever. But then we get to the actual final fight, Armstrong. Which Armstrong, the first phase, you just have to get him down a little bit. Second phase, you have to lose. Third phase, the third phase was really weird for me, because I didn't need ninja running. I didn't need ninja running all this level. The challenge, yeah, no, you don't need ninja running. But this level is just really weird, because I destroyed his health. The first time I tried, I destroyed his health. I got him to 0.1, which is like when he does the move. But first, he did the thing where he throws the rocks at you, but I messed it up and I died there because I was low health and I didn't have enough nano paste. I didn't have any nano paste. But yeah, I destroyed his health, literally. Like, he didn't even get a chance to do anything. I just sat there slashing at him. He kept on trying to heal. I stopped him. And the second time, basically the same thing happened, but this time I managed to get the nano paste from the fight, because he did it before I got him down completely. Then I just destroyed him, but I had the pace this time, so I was fine. And then, yeah, and that was it. And then, you know, I tried to time up the music a little bit, but it didn't work, which I was kind of upset about. But yeah, I mean, that was it. Just Armstrong's dead. No ninja run required, guys. So our journey has come to an end. At the beginning, I asked you the question, can you beat Metal Gear Rising without ninja running? The answer, no. We found out in the first level, no, you can't, you have to. But as it turns out, you only have to do it a total of 6 times, 3 manuals and 3 prompts. Honestly, I was decently shocked when I learned about this. Well, when I saw it, I didn't hear about it. When I saw it, because I was just like, really? I thought it'd be a lot more. It feels like, well, I feel like you ninja run a lot just because it's faster, but I always felt like it would be a lot more where they force you. But I mean, yeah. And honestly, I also see that you probably shave off some time because you can just, the manuals, you could probably, if you can move faster, you can shave off the 2, and also if you know like how to clip to that wall, I couldn't figure it out, but if you could just clip, you could probably just solve those 3. I mean, I don't think it'd be that hard, but just someone who's better could do that. So I mean, yeah, that's really it, and that's all I have for this video. I'm not going to make the same promise I did last time, that I won't do no Metal Gear Rising video because I don't know what I'm going to do next. But I mean, yeah, whatever video I have next, I hope you enjoy the one too. Have a good day, everyone.